Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be yet another reading vlog, but it's not going to be just any reading vlog. This is going to be my reread of Zodiac Academy because it did start yesterday. Quick little disclaimer, I am already 50% into my reread of book 1. So hear me out. I started this reread yesterday, literally during work. And as soon as I got home, I was literally put into the car to go down to Venice, and I was reading in the car on the way to Venice. And then this morning, I was gonna update you on my progress, but then we had construction going on in our house, and it was just like way too damn loud. And they turned the water off, so I couldn't shower, so I looked like a hot mess. Regardless to say, I've been sitting on the couch reading pretty much the majority of the morning. I am rereading it on my Kindle, just for convenient purposes because they are free to download on KU, but I am adding my annotations to my physical copy because it turns out when I first read this book I had a total of like 5 annotations and that just couldn't do. So I am adding in my new annotations and all is right in the world. And all it took was reading a few lines and like the whole series like flashed back. I've been getting all these flashbacks of moments in all the books, and I just know this is going to go stupid, go crazy, and I'm not even ready. But it has started. I'm not sure how long this is actually going to take. I don't know if it's going to be, I think this is going to be a strictly me reading ZA. I don't know how far I'm going to get to. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do like 1, 2, and then like 3, 4. I haven't really figured out the scheme of what I'm going to film yet. This might just be a video I'm filming while I'm reading this, and then like I won't talk about any other books I'm reading, at least for this video. But we'll see. I have not figured it out yet. I finished my TBR jar pick of the month. I've already read my July like high up on the list, and so now it's finally, so I think I'm gonna get through books 1 and 2, hopefully, cross our fingers, because next month The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk or something, book 4 and the Crowns of Nyxia is coming out, so I'm probably gonna stop ZA to read that. There's a lot of moving pieces to this. TBD on how long this is actually going to take me, because as we know, these books just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I can tell you, I'm not going to read this as fast as I read books 1 through 7 the first go around, because I literally checked the dates I've read the books the last time, and it was like 2 days, 3 days for like 500 plus page books. It's not gonna happen like that this time, because that was when I was in college and I had nothing to do, and it was actually summer break, so I was doing nothing except reading. Yeah, I don't have that luxury this time around. So that is the update for now. I have a few more things to do, and then I will sit down and read some more. But I just wanted to sit down and update you before I forgot, because I've been meaning to do this all damn day, and it just hasn't happened, and it's 3 o'clock. And I'm actually 61% into this book. Okay, it's currently 5:40. Looks like I'm going nowhere for the day, but I'm at 75% of Zodiac Academy, so I'm on page 313 of 420. If I remember correctly, book 2 was the one that really got me going. Like the end of this, I was like, oh, shit's getting good. So I'm really excited. I'm very excited. These tabs are just like not it. They're very sparse. And to be fair, I did read them when I was like newly into annotating, I believe. So yeah, that checks out. I'm not going to read book 1 as told by the boys because I don't think I need to. It's literally just book 1 from the boys' POV. It's funny. I love it, but I just like don't have the time. So I'm not going to. But I'll look through my annotations. The best moment, which is not even annotated, which is stupid, when Lance and Darius think that Tori and Darcy are sirens because of their pull to them, which they don't realize is the bond. Guys, this is going to be a spoiler. This is going to include spoilers, so if you have not read Zodiac Academy, you should probably not watch this. I think Darcy might be a siren. she's trying to manipulate my feelings or something. Yeah, now that you say it, Roxy could be one too, he said thoughtfully. Really? You felt it from her as well? Latching onto this explanation with both hands. Yeah, it's like sort of a pull. Exactly. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, poor kids. They don't understand. It's okay. It will all make sense soon. My sweet children. But yeah, now that I'm done talking, I'm gonna get comfortable. Okay, I finished my reread of the Academy, and I'm whispering because it's like almost, it's like 10ish. But everyone in my family goes to bed early, but I had to finish this. And this reread is everything and more. I forgot how much I loved this series, and like I was saying earlier, things just like memories from all the books just keep like popping up as time goes on, and I like can't wait for some of my favorite moments again. But book 1 is officially done, and honestly I think that for me, people are like, oh, it's so slow. I think after book 2 I was like, by the ending of book 2 I was hooked. Like from books 2 to 6 I could not put it down. So sorry, I'm watching the WNBA All-Star Game on. My point is that I think these books are great. I was kind of hooked from the very beginning, and this reread might go by maybe a little faster than I did not expect to read this fast. I'm going to be starting book 2 tomorrow. I might read a little bit of the novella tonight. But book 1's done. Only 9 more books to go. So there's 10 books technically, because instead of doing like 8, 9, and 10, they did 8, 8 and a half, and last book is 9. So yes, I do have 9 books left. Even though 8 and a half is technically a novella, but you have to read it. Like, you don't have to read the other novellas, but you have to read 8.5. It's like the gap between 8 and 9. So yeah, 9 more books to go. 9 more books, 2 novellas. I have 0.5, 5.5, and then I will probably be reading, it's like Let Lionel Live. It's Lionel's Crooks, like his, I don't know if it's like his story to power, his claim to power. I'm not really sure. I bought it. Obviously I haven't read it because I think it takes place after 8, and since I never finished 8, I didn't want to read that and like spoil anything for me, just in case, because I didn't know the timeline of where it falls. But if I'm doing it in release order, I know it comes after 8. So I'm gonna stop rambling, and good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. You guys know that last night I finished my reread of book 1 in Zodiac Academy, and now I'm actually going to go back and read the 0.5 Origins of an I'm sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet. An Academy Bully. I'm going to read this. It's about 120 pages. It's literally Darius's story. I think it's Darius and Orion and how they... yeah, there's the only 2 POVs. I'm gonna go read this first because I never read that the first time around when I did Zodiac Academy read, and I was supposed to read it yesterday, but I finished book 1 really late, and then I wanted to go to bed. And then I'm gonna start book 2, which is Ruthless Day. I'm so excited. I know I love this one, so I am very excited to get the show on the road. And we're gonna have this locked and loaded. I'm gonna drink my coffee, and then we will be doing some things today. So, but first is reading the novella. Okay, this video is not turning out as I hoped because I've just been going through the motions, and I'm now done with the Ruthless Day. Yeah, I was stopping for nobody. I read during my breaks at work. I read during my lunch break. I got home. I had like 80%. I was like 80% into it, and then I literally sat on the couch for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, and finished reading, updated my annotations, and now I just ate dinner. I'm gonna get my life together for tomorrow, then I'm gonna sit my butt down and start book 3. I genuinely have a problem. This is what happened last time. I like sped through it like my life depended on it, and like it was like all gas, no brakes. Can't even take a breather to tell you what's going on. And look, we're finding ourselves in the same situation where I can't be bothered to set up the camera or stop and tell you what's happening. I can't do it. It's just too good. I have like an internal deadline, and if I don't finish these books in that deadline, I'm gonna like wither away and die. I know. It makes sense to no one but me. But I just would like to say the tension in this book between Lance and Darcy, and at the end Darius and Tori, it's giving me life. It truly is. And some of my favorite moments happen in this book. Some of the most iconic quotes. Okay, now that I have a second to sit, let's talk about my favorite moments in this book. Some of my favorite quotes, if you will. Hold on. My first all-time favorite quote. I have to find it. Don't come for me, people. "Stop looking at me like that," he snarled. "Like what? You know what? I'm your teacher." "I know." "Then stop looking at me like that." "Then stop looking back, Lance." Round of applause for them. Thank you for that moment. Love it. Loved. Okay. And then, this is the book that Tori and Darcy finally decide to fight back against the heirs. So they're doing like silly little pranks, but it's really taking them down a few pegs. It's really fun to watch. So that was fun. When Tori meets Xavier for the first time and is like be like what did she say? She was like, "Well, even dragons can't just get their way all the time." And Xavier's like, "Yeah, what's so great about dragons?" And he's like, "Oh, you don't know who I am?" And she's like, "No, what, are you famous or something?" And he's like, "I'm the dragon's younger brother." That was funny. I like that. I love Xavier. He deserves better. We have the infamous pool moment between Lance and Darcy. Ugh. I love it. So good. Yep. Leaving Darcy alone and knowing that the next time I saw her, things would be back to normal. And by normal, I meant I'd be smothering the fiery pit of longing that raged inside me every time I was around her. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Described perfectly, if you ask me. Let's see. The whole pitball game, that was intense. Love me some pitball. Don't know how they came up with that, but very interesting. When Tori said to Darius, "Careful, someone might think we don't hate each other," and he said, "I never said I hated you." I'm done for. Such good moments. And then at the very end, when the nymphs attack the pitball stadium, and such a good sequence of events, and I just love it. And if I believe correctly, I'm pretty sure their orders emerge at the end of book 3, or is it the end of book 4? I think it's the end of book 3. Okay, it's the best part of the day where I transfer over my annotations from my Kindle to my physical copy. Obviously, it's already partially annotated, and I know I've annotated some of the same things, but just to make sure they're on the same wavelength. Okay, guys, changing of the guard. So, I finished ZA book 3, The Reckoning, and if you guys really need to get through them, you need to get through book 3. I promise everything after book 3 is like all gas, no break, pain, crying, happy, pain. Like, there's like small happy moments and then like everything else is painful. So we are on to book 4, which is Shadow Princess, and this is where everything literally starts to go wrong. I think this is the one that I really was like, you gotta hold on tight. Things that happened in this book, a little recap for anyone who has read it or just wants to know and will never pick it up and wants to know what's going on. So, let me turn the light on. I feel like it's a little dark. Okay, there we go. Okay, so in this one, Darcy and Tori have to go through their like trials. It's called The Reckoning. So they have to get through like Hell Week, which is where basically all the upperclassmen terrorize all the freshmen between their trials. So things are going good, their trials are going good, their order is about to emerge. So in this one, their order emerges. Darius and Tori start, like the tension grows thicker with them, but she's still technically with Caleb. Obviously Darcy and Lance, they're going strong, kind of. They're like still in like, do we like each other? Do we want to do this? Do we not want to do this type thing? You know, he's our professor. Anyway, but at the end of this one, their order emerges and Lionel, who is Darius's dad, is trying to like enter the shadow realm in order to get the 5th element, which is shadows, because the 4 are fire, water, earth, and air. So he uses Darcy and Tori as kind of like the like vessel to get the power of the shadows. So that's what happened at the end of book 4, and they emerge as phoenixes. So this is where things start to get good, because if I remember correctly, in this book, Clara, who's Lance's sister, who's technically dead, comes back from the shadow realm, but it's not really her. It's like, I think it's like this, not this ghost, but it's like this powerful person who's like using Clara's body, and she starts to like, she comes back and everything starts going to shit, basically. I'm done with this one, and we're moving on to this one. And these books are just getting thicker and thicker as time goes on, and we're just stacking them. There we go. We're just stacking them up, 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 up. And that's the update for you guys. So I'm probably gonna go sit on the couch. I watched my episode of My Summer I Turned Pretty, episode 3. I love that show, but that show also gives me secondhand embarrassment. Just a little bit.
And may the best win, right?
Say hi, Mom.
The undrafted free agent who had a good day at camp, his first ever NFL.
You think you're early the academy?
Levante David, though, not his first rodeo.
You don't want to read a 9-book fantasy?
Season with the team and the first round pick back up. Is it funny? Looked sharp on his
Hilarious.
first day.
Is it hilarious or just saying?
No, it's hilarious.
It's funny.
You may have heard
Oh,
the name.
you wouldn't like
and
it,
then
though.
you got wide receiver Chris Godwin, of course.
Yeah, I know
For the
that's
It's gotta be funny.
It is.
Just understand what kind of
Most
training
fantasies
camp
are
is gonna be
funny.
about making each other better, competing against each other.
There's always that one
Put
character who
emphasis
has
on
such a
trying
good
to play
like sense of
smarter in
humor that he
certain
just makes it.
situations,
But
so as
I
camp
think it's
goes
just too
on,
much. I think
be in
that's you
those
gotta ease you into it,
situations,
and
see how they respond.
Dread Academy
We
is
gotta
not the
take care of
series
each other,
for
keep
that.
each other off the ground, but that was all
Just-
about
it's
having
heavy.
recall from the
It's a heavy
spring, and
commitment.
They had very good recall
Yeah.
today.
I mean,
Tomorrow's the first of 3 practices. open to
Hunger
the public,
Games
so
and Divergent, that was a heavy commitment.
bring a fan.
That's right.
For me,
Thank you.
I'm saying. Those were only 4 books.
Series is in the final stretch with 6 races
So
left.
for
to go
you,
to the
9?
playoffs. Here's a live look from Indianapolis Motor Speedway ahead of the 10.
Okay, hi guys. Look who I have with me today.
Hi.
Mom's back.
After the U.S. Capitol attack, President Donald Trump returned to the
Oh.
presidency.
But they're like, so basically, 4 families up, kind of like animals, and there's animals in 4 families, they brought the home, and their sons are pressed to take from them. They're half these girls.
That's yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
It is good.
Nice.
So that was the recap for you. That's the first 3 books at least.
Thank you.
I'll recap the next 3 for you.
I like the recap. Thank you.
And I'll tell you all the pain and devastation that happens. I can tell you who dies already.
No.
No? You don't want to know?
Not right now. Nope.
She doesn't want to know right now. Guys, I am 92% into Shadow Princess. I'm about to finish it. I know what happens at the end of this book, and I am not prepared to read this again. I'm really not. And my TikTok is working overtime and trying to spoil my reread because why? Why? I've obviously been posting about my reread, keeping my TikTok updated, and now my For You page goes, let's show every other video being about Zodiac Academy. Let's start putting quotes in there. And I'm really playing a dangerous game because, am I looking? Yes. Could there potentially be a spoiler for book 9, which I have yet to get to? Yes. But I can't stop. I can't stop. I always stop and look at it and scroll. And that scrolling is gonna be... But it's kind of at the point where I don't really care if it's spoiled because I'm like, I'm almost there, you know? It's like, you can obviously, you can't really spoil or reread because obviously I remember most of what happened. And if something popped up on my For You page, I'm like, oh yeah, that was painful. I remember that moment. Yeah. I'm just gonna be a little sad if book 9 gets spoiled. But like, happy things have to happen, so it's like I kind of want it to be spoiled, so like I know that all the pain I'm about to go through is going to be worth it in order to get to the end, you know? Like, I've already gotten to the point. Spoilers, if you haven't read, please don't watch this. But I've obviously gotten to the point where Darius is dead. He dies. So there's nothing really that could be more painful than that. Right? If something more painful than that happens, I'm going to play this clip for evidence. And let's just hope I'm really wrong and that nothing can be more painful for that than that, because that really ripped my heart out, made me want to crawl in a hole and die. I know, am I being dramatic? I'm trying to remember who else dies. I know that Darius's mom dies, right after she gets remarried, she finally escapes the dragon. I remember that. I remember how Tori has the guardian bond with Lionel. I remember that. I remember that was a bad time. I remember when Lance goes to jail. That's right, prison. He goes to prison. And then I remember he gets like, I don't know if it's not tortured, but oh, doesn't Tori get like what's the word? She gets like, it's not Stockholm syndrome, but it like replaced memories of her and Darius together, and I think she was like afraid of him at one point. I remember that. I remember how when the Shadow Princess Clara comes back, at some point, doesn't she take her brother prisoner? I remember him being in a cage. I remember Darcy being a cage at some point. I know she turned into like this like shadow monster dog thing, and she kept like turning into it and like killing people. I remember that. Is that all in book? That all had to be in book 7. I remember 7 is like painful. Like not one happy moment happens in 7. So does Lance go to jail in book 5 or book 6? I think Lance goes to book 6. But I don't think he's in there long. I don't remember much of my read of Sorrow and Starlight. I only got halfway. I remember just being really boring, and I just like couldn't take the boringness of it. I did have a friend recommend to tandem read 8 and 8.5 because that can happen, because 8.5 is a novella, and I think it's called Beyond the Veil, so everyone in that book is dead. And I did like, you know, do a little, and I saw like POV. I saw Marissa, which is Tori and Darcy's mom, so I know she gets a POV. I'm pretty sure Darius gets a point of view, unless that TikTok I saw was a joke. You see, so like things have been like slightly, I don't know, so we'll see. This is just a long way to say that I'm almost done with Shadow Princess, and I think I've decided that I am gonna read book 5, and then after book 5 I'm gonna take a quick small break of reading Zodiac Academy because I want to read a romance. For anyone who cares, I am back for my nail appointment, and now it's officially time to continue my reread of book 5, Cursed Fates. I got like 4 chapters in last night, and this morning I was telling you how I was transferring my annotations of Shadow Princess from my Kindle to my physical copy. So I did that this morning, and now it's finally time to read. And I gotta get the blanket, and we're gonna do this. I love when Professor Orion threatens people, especially Diego, because as much as I love Diego, not that Diego, this Diego, he loves tormenting him, and he loves threatening him, and I love it. I love it so much. So funny. He's so scared of him. I mean, I would be too. He said, if you try to fuck me over, kid, I'll break every bone in your body. And if you try to fuck over the Vegas, I'll rip out said broken bones one by one, put them in a blender, and feed them to you through a straw. Mark my words. That will do it. That will do it. I just had to share that with the class. Okay, hi guys. It is like 7:50 on Sunday, and I am just now getting to talking about my progress in Cursed Fates. I'm about 57% in. I started at like 30-ish%, so I've read a good amount, kind of. I had a lot to do today, but before I forgot, I decided to tell you my progress. Let's see what happened. Let me run you down. I don't know if we talked about it, but at the end of book 4, Tori and Darius had their divine moment, and you guys haven't read ZA, then you don't know what I'm talking about, but a divine moment is the moment that you have to like either say yes or no for your Elysian mate, and Tori said no. So now the stars hate them, and they have these black like rings around their eyes. If you say yes, you'll have the silver rings, and if you say no, you'll have the black rings, and you'll be star-crossed. So now they're star-crossed, and of course Tori's like, oh no, like I love him, or not really, but she's like, I feel this pull towards him, and obviously they can't be together because every time they get close to each other, the stars curse them basically, and the sky's are gonna fall down. That happened. That was at the end of book 4. So like right now they're like trying to hang out and like steal moments basically. And Darcy and Lance are still going strong. I want to say he gets arrested at the end of this one. I'm almost positive it's at the end of this one. It's like I'm closer to, because I'm getting a lot of spoilers on TikTok of book 7. I've already read book 7, so it's fine. But I'm like getting flashbacks of all these moments, and I'm trying to piece together in my mind of what book they're in. I'm like, wait, did this happen before or after? Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to figure out the timeline in my head. So if I'm right, then this, at the end of this book, Lance gets arrested because obviously student-teacher relationships are frowned upon. And then I guess in the next one, is the next one where Tori is guardian bond to Lionel? And then I think somewhere in that one, Darius makes that bargain to take away their star-crossed bond, so they could like spend time together. But it was either it was like a bargain, so he only has 1 year basically to live that life with her. But that's after they rescue that's after they rescue her from. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure if I'm tracking right, in book 6, she's like guardian bond to Lionel. She's staying at like the manor. They're trying to figure out a plan to save her. And then in 7's the book when they're all like in hiding basically. And during that time is when he makes the bargain. They're together. Lance gets out of jail. Lance and Darcy become Elysian mates. They have their divine moment. And then at the end of 7, everything goes to shit. Yes, everything goes to shit because he dies. I'm saying dies in air quotes because I'm pretty sure he comes back. I'm almost positive he comes back, but I haven't gotten there yet. But I just, like, from what I've gleaned, like, he comes back. If I'm wrong, now cut to this clip, me being dead wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay, ZA5 update. I'm like 83-ish, around that percent in, and it's finally been revealed that Gabriel is their brother. Oh, and Lance went to jail, and it's so sad, and I miss him already, and I forget how long he's gone for. So because I know he shows back up in book 7, but I'm thinking, is he in jail the duration of book 6? If anyone knows, then let me know. Yeah, so I'm on page 629, and there are 767. Okay guys, I officially finished my reread of Cursed Fates. I finished it during lunch, my lunch break, and let's just say I was already an emotional wreck today for different reasons, and then I read what I read during lunch, and it kind of just like tipped me over the edge. I remembered that this happened, but I forgot also. And my poor baby Diego, if you guys don't know, Diego died, and he was a nymph this whole time. I remember that his whole family was or is and he saved them at the end there, but he died, and I'm so sad. I originally was going to not pick up the next one and read a romance, so then I could read like Fallen in the Kiss of Dusk on August 5th. But then I remembered that I have free will and I can do whatever I damn well please, and I need to start the next one. So I'm gonna sit. I think I'm going to transfer over my annotations. I also think I'm going to stop this video here and start a next video of like the second part of Zodiac Academy, because I feel like this video is going to be too long if it's the whole time me rereading it. So I think I'm going to say goodbye to you guys today, because I am done with books 1 through 5 of my reread of Zodiac Academy, and you're going to see me in this exact same position in my next reading vlog, because I'm going to start reading book 6 and I'm going to start filming books 6, 7, 8, 8.5, and 9. I really hope you guys enjoy me rereading Zodiac Academy. I know a lot of you are very interested in my reread, very invested, so just know that I'm almost done. I am a survivor, that's all I have to say, because who chooses to relive this pain twice? Apparently me. So bye guys.